person who hurt me the most. You're familiar with her brand of wicked. You're gonna help me make her pay for what she did.
I'm next on the Candy Killer's hit list.
So you two have history?
That witch is the one that got me into this mess. It's time you learned a lesson. I'm tired of paying for her sins.
If you ever want to see your precious Boo Bear again, you will do exactly what I say.
This trailer is absolutely fantastic, and I have a feeling this episode is going to be fantastic as well. For one thing, the trailer was perfectly cut. I loved how nothing was revealed, but yet stuff was shown, and I am really looking forward to seeing both the present and the flashback. It's going to be really, really awesome. I feel it in my bones. Any episode that Rebecca Mader is the center of, I generally am a huge fan of. Now, this is the episode that Lana Parrilla is directing, so sadly, don't expect Lana to be in the episode. If she is, it might be for a fraction of a second, but because this is her first time directing overall, I don't imagine she'll be able to, act and direct at the same time. Sometimes actors are able to do that. Shannon Doherty did that on Charmed. I know that David Schwimmer did that on Friends. A lot of actors will actually try to work behind the camera and, be in the same episode as well, in a minute role. But at the same time, I don't think with this episode, I think Lana really wanted to be completely about Rebecca, so I don't expect to see Lana at all. Now, the title I really like. It's Chosen, and clearly Zelena is the chosen victim. So that is I love when the titles, connect. Obviously, breadcrumbs, connected to last week's episode, and again, I like how Chosen is connected to Zelena. Now, I'm really curious what exactly the blind witch did to Zelena that led Hansel to hate Zelena as well. Because from the way that breadcrumbs went, it would just appear that the blind witch or the candy witch, I'm not sure if she's blind. I know in Enchanted Forest version 2 she was blind, or version 1, too many Enchanted Forest. Point being is, I don't know why Zelena's interaction with this candy witch would cause Hansel / Nick / Jack to hate Zelena. I'm curious to see it. I think it's going to be really fun. Now, the only thing about the trailer I gotta say that bothered me was at the end of it where Nick is able to get his hands on Chad and he calls Zelena and he's like, if you want to see your Boo Bear alive, you do exactly what I say. And I just thought, okay, I get why Chad has to be in this episode because we're finally going to meet this fiance. You just can't say she has a fiance and not have it. And I kind of even get why he was abducted because it's another motivation to get Zelena into Nick's clutches so Zelena can be killed. But I was thinking, why wouldn't he also maybe try to ransom Henry now? Because it looks from the beginning of the trailer that Henry is going to be used as a ransom. And I just find it hilarious that the writers really don't want Zelena and Henry to interact at all or to even show any form of relationship. And it bothers me. And I know, I talked about this in Breadcrumbs, that they're going to have some interaction in the finale. But why not before? It makes no sense. So Chad is going to, end up being kidnapped, and I'm curious how that is going to go around as well. I wonder why he wouldn't even go after Margot. Zelena's entire family is in Hyperion Heights, minus Chad, but Chad is obviously getting there. So Nick has a lot of, sadly, victims to go after. I wonder what Weavers is going to be doing with Zelena in this episode, because Henry didn't get the chance to tell Weaver who Nick is. But I hope that Weaver is able to get involved and break the case. I have a feeling this might be Nathan Parsons' final episode. It feels relatively final because I don't think Rebecca Mader is going to die. I just can't imagine she would die. She's in the finale, so unless she's in a flashback, but it doesn't make any sense to kill her. So I have a feeling that Nick is going to either die or be captured and go to jail. Now, the last thing I want to mention about the trailer is I love the imagery at the end of it where it showed Zelena and the fire, and the fire was getting closer to her. Obviously, she wasn't on fire, but I felt it was very symbolic of the witch trials in Europe where the women who were accused of witchcraft were burned. I really love that. I thought that was really well done. This trailer has a lot of symbolism in it, and I really dug it. I'm looking forward, as I said, to the flashback. I want to see this relationship between this cookie witch or candy witch and Zelena. I think it's going to be fun. And I hope that Zelena can end up besting him. There's a few things the trailer didn't include, but because it's so Zelena heavy, it makes sense not to include Rogers or include Gothel or anything like that. But, again, the only problem I might have with this episode is it might cause the Facilier and Gothel storyline to stop, and we just might get Gothel and Facilier in 19 and 20. And that's kind of what I imagine. It's sad that, you know, they introduce these characters who are supposed to be like big bads, and then they're like, all right, fine, big bads, kind of, but really only one episode. So, are you excited for Chosen? I think it's going to be awesome. Rebecca Mader is going to kill it. I think Lana's going to do a fantastic job directing. We'll talk about, you know, the directing and of course the episode in detail next week. I am looking forward to it. And that is my review. So anyways, share your thoughts about the trailer in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my review of it. And we will talk real soon. Oh, last thing I wanted to quickly mention, and I know I mentioned this a lot before, but don't expect like it to be completely different from what we've seen from season 7, because with television, the writer is king and the director only has so much say. The director can, you know, he or she does direct, but the writer is the one that really makes it sadly flow. So Lana will have some influence, and hopefully her magic will make this episode fantastic, but expect some plot holes. Just because this episode, even though not written, I believe, by Adam Horowitz and Eddie Kitsis, you know, it's written by the same writing staff that we've had this entire season. So I just wanted to point that out. If you guys were expecting this episode to like blow everyone's mind, it will be very, very good. But because we still have the same writers and season 7 has been peaks and valleys, hopefully this will be one of the peaks. But again, there might be some problems. So anyway, share your thoughts about the trailer in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my review, and we'll talk real soon. All right, guys. Bye.